invented surf music, but they were absolutely riding the crest of the wave.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself after later, till we finish.
Kill yourself after
when we finish this podcast, I might just do that and sicken you wine drinking fucking cunt.
Hi, I'm here on the Lost Art podcast on my own because Gar's mad dead.
And I'm going to get this well done in half an hour. Right, what's your next one?
My next one is... We did a video earlier on the Cambodian sort of rock scene. Mm. Cambodian music scene in general is really, really, really interesting to me. I've always been sort of interested in Cambodia since I saw Killing Fields at an age where I definitely shouldn't have watched Killing Fields.
Me too.
Just whatever way.
I seen that as a young fella, fucked me up.
It fucked me up. Killing Fields fucked me up real bad. And since then I had this thing in my head about Cambodia and want to know more about it. So, the Cambodian music scene, the song I picked is Ros Sarasota, Chanam Dop Pramui. Jesus, if there's someone from Cambodia listening to this, absolutely free to correct me. But also be happy. That I'm giving this a go. Also, the politics section of this is very patchy for me. I'm not really that much into the politics of it. We're going to talk about the music of Cambodia in the 60s and 70s. It was huge. It was just a huge sort of French section of Cambodia, you know what I mean? So they were listening to a lot of French music, but also they had their own style of doing it. So in the 60s and 70s, Cambodia had this really interesting fucking sort of it could be psychedelic, ballady stuff. They had everything. They were just doing music. That sounds the most pretentious thing I've ever said. They were just doing music. You know what I mean? They were just doing music. But they were doing every single style. And Ros Sarasota was one of the biggest stars of Cambodia next to Sin Sissimut. He would have been a guy that would do every style as well. Yeah. Really. He was kind of like the Frank Sinatra of Cambodia at the time or whatever like that. There's probably a better example. But she would have been maybe the Kate Bush because she had a super high-pitched voice with a really unusual style, which is why she stood out on the compilations that I would have gotten a few years ago when I was really getting into it. So Phnom Penh is obviously the capital of Cambodia, and that's where all the music scene was kicking off. It was becoming quite westernized even then, which is not a bad thing. Some would say, I hope a bit of communism comes into that country. If you look back on the videos of the gigs around Phnom Penh back then, the suits, the dresses, the style, they were just so incredible looking. And the musicians were just doing whatever they felt like that was popular at the time. The music just sounds... I can't put my finger on why I love Cambodian music. In modern Cambodian music, which I'm talking about is 60s, not modern now. They would have been massively influenced musicians then by like Cliff Richard, The Shadows, and even Santana and stuff like that. That's what they would have been getting then under...
Just like the ocean.
Not that one. Not that one. No.
That's the only song he has.
No, he's got good songs before he not sold out. Oh God, never get this, they sold out.
Remember we done a podcast about that?
But listen, they still kept a lot of the Cambodian style of music in it, which was kind of really cool. That's what makes it that kind of like, almost like a little bit like the Nigerian thing where they had an influence of that. So, obviously there's war happening right on their doorstep in Vietnam. So what happened was they were able to pick up, the youth of that kind of day were able to pick up transmissions from the American Army.
All right.
And they started listening to then stuff like Wilson Pickett. And the music got a bit like, this is crazy. That would have been genuinely Wilson Pickett. I'm not being fucking, I could be wrong, would have sounded like Slayer and Megadeth.
Yeah,
like mad heavy. It was super aggressive.
We've talked about Wilson in the past. Yeah. One of my top 10 songs of all time.
They were listening to this going, this is mad wild. It's not aggressive. It's just
but it would have been wild. Absolutely.
Wild is probably the best way I can... Yeah. So even their music back then would have got like that. Sin Sissimut was like their top guy back then. And even he would be even trying a bit of this as well. He'd go a bit rock. And even then he'd be still trying to touch on actual Cambodian old style of their kind of stuff. So the big hitters, I think, back then, from what I gather, were himself, Ros Sere Sathia, I'm really bad at pronouncing these names, Pan Ran and Hoi Mea. So these were just killing it with singles. This was on the radio all the time. This was Cambodia's own This was their style of music. So they were a neutral country at the time. I don't really want to get too much into their prints and stuff like that and what happened to them, but it bled over. So they had to still fight the Khmer Rouge, which were coming in slowly through the eastern Cambodian jungles was what I'm getting here from this. I watched there's a documentary called Don't Think I've Forgotten, and I was tracking it down for a long time. I tried to buy it at least 6 times last year, and Amazon wouldn't let me without an American address and credit card. Couldn't buy a copy online because they wouldn't send it to me for some reason, but only in the last couple of days when I really wanted to talk about the Cambodian thing, and I wanted to do it this badly. I wanted to do it this badly as I'm doing it now. And I'm nailing it. I'm nailing how badly I'm doing it right now. Listen, no, seriously, this documentary, I finally got my hand on it, and it is so fucking well made, and I'm so happy about how great it is because it really touches on the politics of the era, which I really don't want to get really bogged down in. The Civil War broke out. People that were actual musicians, like you were saying with the rebels, they joined the army.
Yeah.
So America starts bombing the shit out of parts of Cambodia and
the border.
Apparently 500,000 people die.
Fuck.
Now that's not going to come up in American history books or English history books. And England and America did nothing wrong ever.
No.
Lovely people.
Great people.
Great. They are great people. What are you talking about?
Wasn't me.
Listen, the Khmer Rouge took Phnom Penh. And that is when a lot of people even then thought, oh, this is a good thing for us. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Because, well, I personally don't think it was. No, it definitely fucking wasn't. Pol Pot? No, it definitely fucking wasn't. I think we can establish that was not fucking good for him.
No. A lot of people weren't into it, like.
They went after everything Western. Religion, music. These people that I'm talking about now were killed.
Oof.
Now, there's no hard evidence that they were killed, but their family are pretty sure that they were killed.
Gone,
and their children were killed, and all of their master tapes were burnt, and all of their films, because these were movie stars as well. It was like the exact same as America. You're Elvis, you're Frank Sinatra, you're going into the films as well, like that. Fuck. Just copying it. All burnt, all killed. Now the people that fled just before it were the ones that brought the records with them.
Okay.
So just before this, really, really, really fucking lovable. It's actually really lovable. It's Cambodian music. They kind of got it repressed and stuff like that. So that's where we get the modern interpretations of those songs. Yeah. And I say that because they are the singers doing it, but apparently there was loads of extra bits added to them because they were a lot slower. So like when they were repressed, they were adding like drums. Like, it'd be great, add a bit like drums to that stuff. So original pressings of the Cambodian stars now are almost impossible to even get. Can't even get stuff like that. This is, I really love, you could do a whole podcast on the Cambodian scene, but because you'd have to break into the whole Civil War, Khmer Rouge, which is just too grim to get into. Yeah. Because it's, as you know yourself from watching those movies and documentaries, the Cambodian thing was disgustingly grim. Yeah. What they did to those people and wiped out. I know that they think they were wiping out Western culture in Cambodia.
But generations of people.
Not just people, but their style, style of their music was still their music. Yeah. And
generations of people and culture.
People and culture, literally. And everyone had to become this kind of communist farming drone, nothing else, and that's it. Yeah. Now, a tiny music scene popped up within there, the communist scene, which was only songs about being a communist and working in the fields. Christ. And if you listen to some of those songs, there's no artistry in them. No. It's just grim. And some of the people, what a lot of musicians did, where they went along with it and went, oh yeah, we're musicians. If you want us to do your horrible fucking chain gang songs,
forced fucking
labour songs,
forced folk songs about fucking being what would they call it? A member of their fucking society and adding to the general What's the fucking word for it?
Well, the drink has taken all of your words from
I
you.
know, it's gone.
I love the way drink deletes important words from your vocabulary.
There's especially a word that sums everything up for me.
Especially over 6 letters. The drink is killing that word. It's deleting. You know what drink does, right? It goes through your brain and goes. It's
4 letters or less.
It does the thing. You know
fuck shit.
You know when you're trying to clear out your hard drive and you click file size first, and you go, right, what is delete? That's what your brain does with words.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why this was a very important podcast to me to do, and I've semi-fucked it up.
No, I think we're doing well here.
No,
I think we're taking serious stuff and making it...
Listen, really, really, really fucking horrible shit happened under the Pol Pot regime. Let's not talk about Margaret Thatcher during that, except to say about Margaret Thatcher that I'm glad she's fucking dead. I'm glad she's a horrible dead cunt. Margaret Thatcher, you're a horrible dead cunt.
Oh, Lord.
She was all right with Pol Pot.
I think they were tight.
Happy days with Pol Pot.
Tight.
Glad 2 of those cunts are dead.
Tight.
So listen, let's get over the grimness, because if you really want to know more about, just watch any documentary about Cambodia and then...
Watch the Killing Fields and make up your own mind.
There's a little story about the Killing Fields at the very end of the story that I'll go into, and it comes down to... in 1979, the Vietnamese troops retook Phang Nang.
Yeah.
Phnom Penh, apologies. And the Cambodian people who were fled and survived were urged to return, including the musicians. The musicians weren't there. They were dead, or else some people say they just didn't want to get into a trap where they would, because there was still a huge amount of Khmer Rouge sympathisers.
And support for them, yeah.
They were going till 1998.
I read something about that recently as well.
They were still going till 98, the Khmer Rouge. So you think about like when Radiohead album we're always talking about was released, the Khmer Rouge and the sympathisers were still a thing. So a lot of people returned, and they did kind of start a tiny music scene back again, which now is blossomed again, obviously, because Cambodia will always kind of do that. That sounded fucking stupid, but I really mean that. If you watch a lot about Cambodia, the fucking absolute strength of the people from that place is incredible.
Hard fuckers. They
really are. So the reason I think a lot of people may not have died that they thought died is because they just did not want to go back there and caught into a trap.
Just fucked off.
Let's move to the movie Killing Fields, right?
Yep.
Now the actor in that, the main Cambodian actor, Hoang S. Nyor.
I remember.
Again, I'm not going to do it. He was killed in 1996 outside his house in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah, he was murdered.
Was it sympathiser or was it just a random thing?
This is where they don't know. 3 gang members were done for it. However, someone from the Khmer Rouge imprisonment. No, we put the hit out in him.
Oh, man.
That was... They said that...
That's art imitating life and life imitating art.
It's
back
insane.
And forth.
Now if you watch The Killing Fields, that dude... Jesus Christ, that movie is so incredible, and his acting is absolutely outstanding. It's just one of the grimmest films you'll ever see. But unfortunately, it's not even doesn't even touch the surface of what actually happened there.
It's one of the rare DVDs I still own.
Yeah. I own a copy as well, and the soundtrack. I think Marconi was. No,
I can't remember. The copy I have is a garbage fucking bullshit one. I don't know who knows the
soundtrack. Was Marconi?
I don't know.
No, maybe not. I could be wrong. But if you want to watch more of that, if you watch The Killing Fields, but if you want to know more about the music, watch the documentary Don't Think I've Forgotten. Now, if you can get someone from America to get you a copy of it, that's probably the only real way. It's quite a difficult one to get. Like that documentary about Jane Clark that took me ages to get on DVD. Once I find out there's a DVD that I need to get about a documentary and it has more and
gets hunted
full on traction, I'm getting it. And I got that finally during the week, and it is as exhilarating and exciting as it is fucking grim. So that's my absolutely rudimentary, awful version of what happened to Ros Sarasota from fucking Cambodia, and all the. It wasn't even that westernized that they killed it for. It obviously had guitars and there was like, is it about doing the fields? No, you're dead. You're dead. Kill you. Gone.
Right, thanks for that.
Let's move on to something hopefully a little bit more.
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby. Who's your next one?
Mr. fucking Blobby. My next one is...
I got a bit emotional there. Big fan of fucking Cambodia.
Big fan of Cambodia. Should we go? We should do a live podcast in Cambodia.
I'm absolutely going to go there.
If we have anybody who listens, who wants us to
probably
go to Cambodia.
Barry, are you in Cambodia right now?
No.
One of those places.
He's in Vietnam, isn't he? He's in Vietnam.
It's on the border.
Close enough. I think he wants to go to Clonbowdy. I'm not sure. So, my next one is Keith Hartley is his name.
Okay.
The Keith Hartley Band. The song is called Sinning